Hello all. Today we will discuss about the difference between DNA and RNA. Looking at the structure, the nucleotide base, in DNA, the sugar is 2-deoxyribose, whereas in RNA, it is ribose. So the difference is that you can see here in the second position of the ribose sugar, there is no oxygen. That's why it is called 2-deoxyribose. Whereas in RNA, it is ribose sugar. So that is one difference between DNA and RNA. So DNA is having 2-deoxyribose, whereas in RNA it is ribose. And the full form of DNA is the deoxyribonucleic acid, whereas RNA is ribonucleic acid. Looking at the structure, DNA is double-stranded, whereas RNA is single-stranded. Due to this double-stranded nature, DNA is more stable than RNA. The RNA will get degraded very quickly. Coming to the nitrogenous bases, in DNA, the four bases are cytosine, guanine, adenine, and thymine, whereas in RNA, it is cytosine, guanine, adenine, and uracil. So the thymine will be replaced by uracil in case of RNA. As a genetic material, DNA is a genetic material in most of the organisms, whereas RNA is genetic material only in certain viruses. Location of the DNA and RNA. So DNA is present mostly inside the nucleus of eukaryotic cells, whereas in prokaryotes it is seen in the cytoplasm. Whereas RNA is mostly seen in the cytoplasm in case of eukaryotic cells, whereas in viruses there is no distinct cell wall, so it will be inside the capsid or the protein cover. Types or forms of DNA and RNA. DNA is in three different forms: aDNA, zDNA, and bDNA based on their forms, and it is also present in the nucleus as well as in the extranuclear regions like in the organelles like mitochondria and chloroplast. So in chloroplast it is called chloroplastidyl DNA, and whereas in mitochondria it is called as mitochondrial DNA. So the role of DNA in mitochondria and chloroplast is that they help in synthesis of proteins required for the function of those organelles. RNA is present in three different forms: messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, and transfer RNA. These are mainly involved in the protein synthesis. Messenger RNA is actually coded from the DNA. From the nucleus, it comes out to the cytoplasm, and the ribosomal RNA helps in aligning the messenger RNA, through which it is mostly present in the ribosome. So messenger RNA passes through the ribosome, and the transfer RNA carry the amino acids for the protein synthesis based on the code on the mRNA. Function. So DNA function as a material of genetic transfer. So this is the genetic material in most of the organisms. So also involved in self replication as well as for the transfer of genetic material from one generation to another. And the DNA also gives rise to or help in synthesizing RNA. From there it is protein is synthesized. The whole process is called the central dogma of molecular biology. So let's look at the differences in a tabular form. So you can see the structure. So structure of DNA is 2-deoxyribonucleic acid, and here the ribose sugar is ribose, and it is called as ribonucleic acid. Sugar is deoxyribose, whereas in RNA it is ribose sugar. DNA is double-stranded, whereas RNA is single-stranded. And stability, DNA is more stable than RNA. Nitrogenous bases present in DNA are adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine, whereas in RNA, adenine, guanine, uracil, and cytosine are present. Genetic material, DNA is genetic material for most of the organism, but whereas RNA is present only in certain viruses as a genetic material. Location of the DNA is inside the nucleus and also present in mitochondria and as well as in chloroplast. So DNA is present inside the nucleus for eukaryotic cell, whereas in prokaryotic cell it is seen in the cytoplasm scattered. in bacteria and other small organisms, prokaryotic organisms. DNA is present in the cytoplasm itself. RNA is mostly seen in the cytoplasm. Types of DNA. DNA is present in nuclear DNA and organelle DNA, and based on the forms there are three different forms of DNA: Adenine, bDNA and zDNA. Coming to the RNA, there are three different forms of RNA: mRNA, rRNA and tRNA. All these helps in protein synthesis. And the function of DNA is as genetic transfer and as well as for protein synthesis, whereas RNA is aid in protein synthesis. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe.